day and welcome to the final episode, episode 6 of Drinking Beer with Don. So if you've been sticking with me, we've already rated 20 beer, and this is now, we're down to the final 4 of the beer from the Cascadia Beer Advent Calendar. So this is day 21. Today's beer is from the Andina Brewery out of Vancouver. And they're getting us a Sabrosa craft lager. 5% alcohol, IBUs 15. So neither the can nor the website talk about this beer, so I'm going in cold for that. But let me tell you a little bit about what they do talk about. So the name Andina is how you refer to people, or in particular women from the Andes. This is the mountain range in South America, or one of them. So the website goes on to say, for us, the name Andina is an irreplaceable source of inspiration. Being proud of where we came from provides us with a solid foundation to pursue one of our main objectives, promote our South American and more specifically Colombian heritage within our customers. So I get it that the owners and perhaps the brewmaster of this Andina brewery are from Colombia. Cool. So I'm looking forward to what this beer is going to taste like, because I'm suspecting it'll be a little different than what we get, from the big breweries here in Canada. Here's the beer. Nice and clear. It's craft lager. And when I cracked it open, it definitely smelled fresh. And it's exactly what I'm getting now. It smells light and fresh. 5%, so I'm not expecting it to be heavy. Let's give it a shot. This is nice and light. It's reminiscent of, let's say a cerveza from Mexico, but maltier. Very nice, very light, very easy, very refreshing. I quite like it. It's not complex, it's simple, but there's quite a bit of flavor. So it's, whatever they've done, they do it well. Yeah, I like it quite a bit. I wonder if Cascadia is saving some really good beer for the end. I know in the last 2 years, the last 3 or 4 days have been pretty good. So far we're off to a good start for episode 6, for day 21, the first of the last 4 beer. Bit of grain, a nice light finish. As I say, it's just very easy, very smooth, but not drinking water. It's quite nice. I'm gonna give it definitely a score in the 8s, and I'm quite liking it. I had a quick look at my score, and I'm comparing this a little bit to the German Pilsner from Sydney called Never Ending. I don't like this one quite as much, but it's darn close. So I'm gonna give this an 8.5. Cheers. Good day. This is December 22nd. So beer number 22 from the Cascadia Beer Advent Calendar. Today's beer is from Land & Sea Brewing out of Comox, just up the road from us. It is called a Jolly Days. It's a cran orange sour, 6.0% alcohol. So neither the website nor the can give me any hints about the beer other than the fact that it's a sour beer. I'll read a little bit about what the website does say about Land & Sea Brewing, just to give you some information. The website says, our vision for Land & Sea Brewing Company was to create a welcoming space for our community to gather, sip fresh and delicious craft beer, share a tasty bite, to eat, and relax with friends, family, and neighbors. After all, beer has been bringing people together for centuries. Well, it's definitely true. I would say for millennia, in fact. I think there's always been beer. If there's been wine, there's been beer. But anyway, let's try out this cranberry. Full disclosure, don't like cranberries really that much. Don't like them on turkey. Orange is good. Sour, you know what I think about. So let's see. Well, it doesn't smell too smack in the face sour. I smell orange. Definitely smell orange. Oh! I swear I was drinking straight grapefruit juice right now. It is that sour. Mmm. Why do people do this to beer? Oh my goodness. That is sour. If there was a scale from 1 to 10 for sour, this would be an 11. My goodness. This is already going to give me heartburn. Mmm. Not going to like it. Not going to like it. It's got a nice fruity flavor to it for sure. But that's not the first thing that hits you. The first thing that hits you is it's very sour. It's very tart. I'm going to try to finish this, but I'm not sure I can. I'm sure there's people that are going to like this because it is very fruity. It is so sour, I can't even call it refreshing. Unless you like it, but it'll definitely wake you up because you're going, oh, that's sour. I can't talk, my lips are stuck together. Wow. Like I said, my first impression was grapefruit. Maybe that's cranberry and orange mixed together. It gives you this grapefruit flavor. I don't know. It is pink. It is a little pinkish, right? So, yeah. Anyway, I gotta say, this is actually my lowest scoring beer so far in the calendar. We're doing well. We had some good, some bad. This is the worst so far. I can't even give it a 6. Even if somebody gave this to me, I don't think I could power through it. 5.8. There we are. Sorry about that, Land and Sea. I'm sure you've got brilliant beer. Love Comox. But this beer is a sour, and yeah, I don't like sours. What can I say? Cheers. 23rd of December. The 23rd beer, the penultimate beer of the Cascadia Beer Advent Calendar. And once again, I am pleased to have a good buddy of mine join me for the beer review, Rob. You've seen Rob before.
Hey guys and gals.
Yeah. Do you want to point out what you're wearing?
Okay. I will do it. I will introduce it with our prop. This is a beautiful 3-liter Stein that my wife Mary Lou won at the Rocking Horse Pub in the Neuse Bay, based on a ticket that I threw in the hat. So I brought it over today because it's 3 liters, so I can't put this beer in.
Hell no!
But I'm going to leave it at Don's bar. It's in good hands.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, but the other thing I wanted to say is, being a German beer, well, you know, and it was put together by the Germans, but this shirt that I'm wearing is Argentinian colors, and this is to commemorate Argentina's kicking the ass of the French in
kicking their ass. That was a close game.
It was a fantastic finish for Messi and the boys.
I wanted France to win, but hey, I'm glad. Yeah, I did. But
really?
Right. Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't hate the French. I love the French.
Oui, oui.
Je
ne parle français.
So today's beer is from Townside Brewing out of Powell River. Yeah. And apparently you have a connection to Powell.
Well, there's something going on here. My wife Mary Lou is over here. We should get her on camera too one day.
I think really saying no.
But she's a Powell River girl, and we have been to the Townside Brewery.
Okay.
And we might have had this beer, but I can tell you it's a great brewery and it's a great town.
Yeah.
And people in Powell River love to drink, so it's a perfect place to go to have beer. And here's to Powell River and here's to Townside Brewery.
Okay,
we haven't tasted it yet. I don't know if it's any good.
Wait for it. Okay, so today's beer from Townside is called a Beartooth. It's a pretty cool can. You'll see it on the screen in a bit. And it's a Belgian double. Now, both Rob and I have spent a few years in Belgium, and so we're very familiar with Belgian beers. I'm looking forward to tasting this. You too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 7.2% alcohol. Here's what the website and the can says. The website, well actually, okay. Beartooth Mountain is an unmistakable local peak due to its sharp tooth-like formation. Belgian beers are also distinct in nature, with many regarding them to be the pinnacle of brewing. Well, again, this is where I mentioned, so I've tasted many Belgian beers, so has Rob, and I can attest that Belgian beer are good. So I have high hopes for this. Now, about this beer in particular, it goes on to say that with its deep brown color and ruby highlights, Beartooth Belgian doubles complex caramel flavors with hints of raisin and dark fruit. Think cherries and plums. All right. Will send you straight to the top of Flavor Mountain. Well, I don't know. Are we there yet?
Flavor what?
Flavor Mountain.
Flavor Mountain.
I don't know.
Here's to Flavor Mountain.
So nice dark beer. Let's give it a shot.
Salut.
Salut. It's dark. It's rich.
It's got a caramel thing going there.
I'm tasting a bit. It's almost a metallic taste. It could be because of what I had before. I don't know.
Well, you know the mills in Powell River. Maybe they put some of the sludge in it. I don't know. I'm just kidding you. No, that's bad. It's actually very good.
The malts are very toasted. It's it's a little bitter. It definitely tastes
Doesn't have the Belgian.
dark.
Does it have the Belgian thing?
No.
No.
I was going to say.
I mean, they all say that.
Yeah, but it's.
You can't take Belgian out of Belgium. You cannot do it. Because in Belgium, folks, you probably hear smart people out there, but in Belgium, what they do is they double ferment the beer.
Yes.
So they'll flip the cask.
I'm a little disappointed in this because I was hoping for something rich and smooth.
Yeah.
It's rich, but it's not smooth.
I'm not surprised.
No.
I received the Advent Calendar from Don Mulders and his diving buddies in recognition of using our little slipway so they can walk down in their, gear and go look at stuff in the sea.
Go for a splash.
And you've done that a few times.
Oh,
now.
yes.
And it was very nice. They gave me a beautiful Advent Calendar. So thanks, guys. If any of you are watching it, much appreciated.
I was hoping for more. This is not on the same level as some of the other beer I've had. Like we had we actually had a quadruple out of Port Alberta. It was very good.
Oh, that was wonderful.
That was the Nocturne.
Beautiful.
We had the Continuum. I liked it more than you.
Yeah.
That was out of category 12. This is not as good as either of those two. So to me, this isn't in the 9s.
Maybe it's opening up a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it tasted better the last taste. Mind you, the more you drink, the better things taste. So that's a normal phenomenon, I think.
I'm going to say high 8s for me.
Really?
I think. I mean, I really like it.
I like it.
But it's not a 9 for me.
Okay, high.
I'm going to say 8.9.
8.6?
I'm saying 8.9.
Okay.
What do you think?
8.7.
Okay, 8.8 for the split.
6.5?
8.9.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Well done, Powell River.
Yeah.
Townsite Brewery, guys.
Right.
Cheers.
Sounds
Cheers, ladies.
Well, folks, this is it. The last beer in the Cascadia Advent Beer Calendar. This is the Christmas beer, if you will. December 24th. Yes, it's not Christmas Day, December 25th. There are only 24 beer in the calendar. It makes sense, it's a 2-4. Nevertheless, this is the last beer, and we shall see how it goes. Today's beer, the last beer, is from Wild Ambition Brewery out of Kelowna. It's called a plum pudding model and is billed as a tart dark ale. Now it's kind of cool because on the can they've got several developed models in the early 1900s for the Atom. And the second model on this can from 1904 was actually called the plum pudding model. It's got nothing to do with plums or pudding. It's got to do with the plum electrons are in a pudding. That was at that time how they described the Atom. Later on they came up with other ones including the electron cloud. But that's where the name, the plum pudding model, comes from. So, also on the can, they talk about the beer itself. And it goes on to say, this blend of sour and non-sour ales features a full mixed culture fermentation on top of gorgeous local whole Oyama plums. A dark grain bill with notes of dark caramel and just a hint of chocolatey roast, and a fair portion of oats and rye mixed in for body and a touch of spice. Well, that sounds interesting. And we've had some success already with beers that have a Christmas theme, which clearly this is as well. But I poured it, and as you can see, there's not a lot of head to it. It poured pretty flat. But fizzy, it definitely fizzed up. And now when I sniff it, I can smell a bit of yeast. And I can smell some esters. But I also smell, I think I smell plums. I smell a fruity flavor. So let's give it a shot. Oh, and I'm a little afraid because it said it's tart. Well, we'll see how tart it is. Here we go. It is tart, but not too tart. It's more like, it's actually reminiscent of, if you were to get something like a Radler or a Schafferhofer, for example, it's got a bit of tartness to it. So does this. It's not bad. That must be the very plum flavor because it is. It's there. I'm not getting much spice yet. I'm not getting the other things they talk about. For example, the oats and the rye. It might take more sampling. I'm getting a bit of something. It might be the rye grain because there is that. I'm trying to think. An Irish whiskey or rather a Canadian whiskey has rye in it. And are often a lot of them do. And I'm getting a hint of that. Overall, it's not a bad beer. But it's not what I'm raving about. In fact, I liked yesterday's beer better. And it had a little more character to it. This is, it's fairly straightforward in my mind. And it's definitely fruity. And it's fizzy. And it's not bad. But it is a little tart. Again, you have to like those kinds of things. I'm comparing this against some of the, not the last sour, which was terrible, but some of the other sours I had, like the apple pie, which I liked more. And that came in at 8.0. So I think this is less than that. This has got less character to it. It's not bad. I'm going to give this a score of 7.7. There we have it. Merry Christmas, and I'll be back in a sec to give the wrap up. Cheers. Okay, let's wrap up this episode, in fact, the whole series of Drinking Beer with Don. Yeah. First of all, let's have a look at how we did for this year. Right, and here is the annual parade of beer. Starting with scores from the bottom end, we going to the top. So you can see right off the bat, Jolly Days, that was that sour that was dismal, and then the gingerbread ESB. Moving right along, getting into the 7s, high 7s, which aren't bad. And then when you hit the 8s, these are the beers that I say are good, and I recommend. Anything in the 8s. I like them all, including that apple pie sour, oddly enough. Stuck in the Mud was good. Gin Blossom, one of my faves for the uniqueness of a beer. Really like the Andina Craft Lager, the Tofino Spruce Tree Ale, fabulous. That Ultimate Smash now is in the top 5, as is the Beartooth we just had. But the top 3 are clearly remarkable. The Continuum, amazing. Say hello to my little friend. And the Nocturne. So this has been a very good year. Yeah, I couldn't resist the elves. So a bit of something different. Here are the statistics for the last 4 years. I've now done the 4th Cascadia Advent Beer Calendar. And you can see that the high and low and average scores are pretty consistent across the years. So more or less my scoring is the same. First year, 2019, I was just getting into it. So things are a little different. For this year and last year, category 12, get the gold. And you notice that for this year, the silver and bronze both come from Port Alberni. Vancouver Island Brewing has 2 in the top 3 for the last 4 years. And 3 breweries, Longwood, Cliffside, and White Sails, are all from Nanaimo. In fact, 10 of these 12 beer are all from Vancouver Island. It's very clear that we make good beer on Vancouver Island, man. So as you can see, it's been a really good year, really good calendar. I got to give big kudos to Cascadia for once again putting out an outstanding beer advent calendar. In fact, I noticed when I was at Cascadia a couple days ago, came in, they said, "Don, we still have more cases available." I may just buy a second advent calendar because the beer in it is so good. So once again, thanks Cascadia, you guys rock. Keep up the great work. And I will do this again next year, assuming that there's a calendar next year. You will get more Drinking Beer with Don. Hope you enjoyed these 6 episodes. I hope you learned a bit new things about beer. And I hope you go out and try some of them, because that's the whole point. That's why I do this. Merry Christmas, everyone, and have a great new year. Cheers.